It happened in a blink, so fast that no one in town realized evil had brushed past them. Victoria was known as polished and powerful, always dressed in sharp designer clothes, always in control. That morning, she stood at the edge of Blackwood Cliff, the wind tugging at her hair, her face calm. In front of her sat her father, Harold, frail, gray-haired, paralyzed, wrapped in nothing but a thin shawl that barely held back the cold. The river below roared like it was waiting. She leaned in close, her lips curling into a smile that held no warmth. She whispered something only he could hear, words heavy with betrayal. Then she pushed. The wheelchair rolled forward. Harold's scream ripped through the air, raw and terrified, before the wind swallowed it whole. The town would later assume it was an accident. No witnesses, no proof, no justice. Everyone thought it was over. Everyone except Max. From the ridge above, a German shepherd had seen everything. Max wasn't just a dog. He was Harold's shadow, his guardian. The one presence that never left his side when the world grew quiet and cruel. The moment the sun broke through the clouds, Max knew something was wrong. His ears flattened. His body tensed. And then he ran. He tore down the rocky slope like instinct itself had taken over. Victoria turned, already reaching for her phone, wearing the satisfied smirk of someone who believed she'd won. She didn't even hear him coming. 100 pounds of fury slammed into her, knocking her hard to the ground. Max pinned her there, his weight crushing, his teeth bared just inches from her throat. She tried to crawl away, panic flooding her face. But his growl rolled deep and low, steady, final, like a warning carved from the earth itself. Then Max spun and sprinted back to the cliff. He barked, loud, desperate, relentless, a sound filled with fear, hope, and love all tangled together. And below, against all odds, a miracle clung to life. The wheelchair hadn't fallen all the way. It was caught on a dead tree wedged into the cliffside. Harold was still alive, shaking, exhausted, his hands clawing at the branches above the raging river. Every breath hurt. Every second felt like it might be his last. Max stood at the edge, eyes locked on him, barking again and again, refusing to give up. That cry echoed across the valley. 2 hikers on a distant trail stopped. They listened. They looked. And when they saw the nightmare unfolding, they called for help without hesitation. Minutes later, rescue ropes dropped down the cliff. Strong hands pulled Harold to safety. Tears streamed down his face as he whispered the same word over and over, his voice breaking each time. "Max! Max!" Victoria didn't walk away. The hikers had seen her. They had heard her. The truth was no longer hidden. The police didn't need much more. Max stayed close as Harold gave his statement. And when the old man buried his face into the thick fur of his protector, sobbing with relief and gratitude, Max finally exhaled, a long, trembling breath, like he'd been holding the whole world together until that moment. Sometimes heroes don't wear uniforms. Sometimes they don't speak. Sometimes they walk on 4 legs and love without limits. If you believe the world needs more love, more kindness, and more stories like this, tap like, subscribe, and share. Let this story remind someone that loyalty still exists.